Getting close. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our August 4th, 2025 meeting of the City of Tupelo Planning Committee. Please take a moment and silence your cell phones. At this time, please raise for the invocation given by Leslie Mark and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Patty Thompson.
Thank you, Lindsay Lee.
You must have had that built in.
I did.
Will you pull up
Lindsay.
the prayer? You may do the pledge? The prayer, please. The prayer, okay,
The prayer.
you bow your heads, please. Heavenly Father, please be with us and guide our judgment, that we would do your will. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Would you face the flag? Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You all may be seated. The Tupelo Planning Committee is a volunteer group appointed by the mayor of the city and the city councils. We do not receive compensation and do it as a community service. The committee spends a lot of time in our own funds studying, researching the application, and visiting the sites that air on our agenda each month. We ask that you remember that we do not take our position lightly on any applicants. Our decisions are based on facts as they are presented and with regards of the regulations set forth by the city code. The planning committee may impose conditions on approval or requests as deems necessary, mitigate potential hazards. Our problems are beginning to into complements of the exist necessary. The protects rights and interests and nearby properties owners are general public. At this time, I would like the staff of the committee members to introduce themselves.
Tanner Newman, Director of Development Services.
Aaron Washington.
Lindsay Leak.
Leslie Mart.
Patty Thompson.
Scott Davis.
Mandolin Sherman, zoning tech.
Thank you. That was quick. Let's review the last minutes. Have everyone had a chance to look at the last minutes of the meeting?
I move we approve.
A second.
Okay, it's been proved by Scott Davis and second by Leslie Mark. Report of last council actions. Mr. Newman, do you have anything report to the city council actions from our last meeting?
No, not at this time.
Not at this time? All right, let's review the agenda. We're now ready to start the agenda. There's 3 items on this agenda tonight. As we work together, these items, if you hear in order, comment or any application, please, when you ask, move to the podium, speak into the microphone and state your name and address before offering comments. We have old business item TA 2501, chapter 214 and 11. Proposed amendments of the Tupelo Development Code provided definition zoning classified from brew pubs, microbrewing, liquor stores, and convenience stores with fuel services. Chapter 5, proposed amendments of the Tupelo Development Code for the Park Hill Overlay District.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to make a note that when I put together the agenda on the first item there, chapters 2, 4, and 11, that should also include 5.
Thank you. Everybody got that? Mr. Newman, are there any comments of this notification?
We did not receive any. The public hearing for these items was held at the last planning committee meeting. I know we've held 2 work sessions on these items, as well as reviewing them at the last meeting. We might have Mr. Faulkner go over them one more time, just for a matter of the record, and then happy to answer any questions that the committee may have.
All right, Mr. Faulkner, will you please come to the podium, state your name, address, and present proposed amends the committee.
Pat Faulkner, 176 Shady Acres, Tupelo. We had the two different really sets of amendments here. One of them was the proposed amendments to chapters 2, 4, and 11 that deal with a class of uses that the state of Mississippi has changed their ordinance or statutes regarding these things, what they call brew pubs, microbreweries, and liquor stores. Now, in the past, we had no jurisdiction over liquor stores' locations. They were just out of our hands. And the state passed a law that said, no, the cities can do the zoning classification and assignments for that. So these ordinance include where we would allow liquor stores to locate. And basically what we've done is mirror the language that was used by the state previously and the language that we've used in the past for places that sell beer. It's basically a 400-foot separation from a residence or a church or a school or a daycare, 100-foot separation from other uses, with the provision that if those protected buildings are in a commercial district, it's just a 100-foot separation. So we don't think this changes anything about where liquor stores are likely to be. They'll still be in the commercial areas. There won't be anything that allows them to go anywhere other than that. They'll be treated just as a retail. The brew pub is kind of a new thing. It's been around for a few years once these small breweries started putting out beer that people were interested in. It's essentially a restaurant where you can also buy beer and where some of the beer is produced on those premises. And we have basically zoned those in most cases pretty much like a restaurant. They're allowed in commercial areas. They're allowed in some of the mixed-use zoning districts. Same with a microbrewery. That's more of a manufacturing operation with accessory consumption on premises. You know, you can come in, they have what you call a tap room where you sit down and you try the product, and if you like it, you can buy some. It's not the same as a brew pub because it doesn't serve food, but other than that, it's fairly similar. We've placed those in places where you would tend to expect a manufacturing type business and mixed use employment and industrial locations. And the final use that we've made an amendment to would be the convenience stores with fuel sales. They've been a use in our zone ordinance all along, but what we've added is a stipulation that they be located only on a major thoroughfare. This is so that even though in some of our commercial corridors you have side streets that are commercially zoned, we don't think that this use, because of the fuel sales generate a lot of traffic, they need to be where the traffic capacity is. So they'll continue to be located on Main, Gloucester, Coley, McCullough, those type streets. Won't change much. The other set of amendments is the Park Hill Overlay District, and we've discussed that process. It initiated by the Design Review Committee of Neighborhood Development Corporation as part of the redevelopment program there. And that committee made some recommendations, and y'all have seen those and made some changes or suggested changes, and this is basically to confirm those changes that were made. Those changes include where the original guidelines proposed a maximum pad height of 36 inches above grade. That's been reduced to 18 inches. There's also a requirement of at least a carport. That was not in the original language, but it was felt that this is something that at least a carport, not necessarily a garage, but you need to have some place to put your car. The last one was added by the Neighborhood Development Corporation Board itself, which was a requirement that no metal roofs be allowed. So those are the three changes there. You have any questions?
That was in the email.
There was no attachment to my email.
No, it just stated it.
Okay. Mandolin, maybe, if you could email me just the final copy,
Okay.
just for my own use.
Okay.
I don't have that. Lost in my emails.
That's it. Does the committee have any questions for Mr. Faulkner? Any discussions?
Was there supposed to be an attachment to that email? It just stated,
Those are the
Yeah.
only three changes. There might
That's
have,
it.
there
That's-
might have, should have been an attachment, and I apologize if there was not,
oh,
but those
there
are the only
wasn't.
things
I
that
just
changed.
thought that's what it stated, so.
I do that from time to time. It's just one of those brain events that
Pat, I appreciate all of your hard work and efforts. I know this is a lot to go through. I don't envy you. I would, and this looks great. I have no comments about it as a whole. I would like to request that kind of be put on the list, that we look at addressing micro wineries, if that is a thing, and distilleries, so that maybe we can look at that in the future.
Okay. Making that note.
Thank you.
Ms. Pat, you may be seated. We will now open the public portion of the hearing for this application. Please try to hold your comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Is there anyone here to speak against these changes? Please state your name and address when you come to the podium.
I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing no as well. Like no one is here. So there's no question for the committee. This closes our portion of the application review. We are now open for committee discussion.
I'm
I'm-
amazed.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with anything.
I'd make a motion that we accept as presented.
I'll second.
All in,
All in favor?
All in favor? All in favor? Is that okay? This was made in motion by Lindsay Lake and second by Scott Davis for this application. Is there any discussion regarding this motion?
The public hearing has been set for the next council meeting, second meeting in August, for the council to take up these items.
So we have new business.
We do have one item, yes, sir. Major subdivision 2502.
We have new business, major subdivision 2502. 106C 13-01100. This applicant have submitted a request of subdivision approximately 10.2 acres into 8. The application have submitted the request of a subdivision of resident lot. The property is located between William Street and Parish Street. Mr. Newman have surrounded properties owners being notified.
They have, and we've received no comments.
Will the applicant or the representative please come to the podium, state your name, address, and present your request for the committee?
It appears, Mr. Chairman, that the applicant is not present nor sent a representative. I know Ms. Sheridan reached out to him today by phone, left him a voicemail, and we've not heard back. I would ask that the committee go ahead and take up the item, and we will deliver this verdict by mail and email.
Is that normal?
It is not
When the
typical.
applicant doesn't show up to even review it?
They've submitted their request. I think that it's on the committee to, I think it would be good business to consider it. I'm not going to speak for the applicant.
Okay,
So we need to make a motion on this.
Well, I would ask Mr. Faulkner to present the staff analysis, and then committee definitely probably should discuss some things about this one.
so really what that's just saying, Aaron, is that the, public portion, there was nobody
Nobody.
here to speak to it. So then we closed it, and now we've asked Development Services to give their direction.
Thank you.
Well, a subdivision of this type, this scale, is really just a matter of technicalities. Have they drawn it in such a way that it meets our code requirements? And the quick answer is yes, they have. The lots meet the minimum standards for that zoning district, medium density residential. In fact, they're larger than the minimum. They're more in keeping with the size of the lots all around it. And basically, this is almost like an infill. There's developed subdivisions on all four sides, and it's going to just sort of fit in and complete the fabric of that neighborhood. There's no new city streets to be built. Nothing that needs to be buffered from. So the only two issues were that our subdivision standards now require construction of sidewalks along the right-of-way of the development, but there's also those standards include a provision that if there are no other sidewalks in the area to be connected to, and no likelihood of them being provided, that those can be waived. The waiver normally comes with the requirement that you developer provide a fee in lieu that contributed to the city to the extent of $25 per linear foot of frontage. In this case, that would be somewhere in the range of $21,000. The other issue is that there's open space requirement of 10% for a development in a medium density district. Our judgment about that is it's kind of not possible to do this effectively in this piece of property. There's streets on three sides that define the property. There's an existing house on the fourth side. There's really not a place to put any usable open space. And I would recommend that particular provision be ignored or waived. So the only question left is would we want to incur the impact fee on the sidewalks or not?
And I think kind of my thoughts on that, as I shared with some of you earlier, is if there are no curbs in this along this street where they're proposing this development, and I would favor in lieu of the sidewalks having them curb this street and provide a full drainage plan with their subdivision construction plan.
Gotcha.
Rather than impose the typical fee.
Gotcha. So does the committee have any discussion on this?
So I have some about the curb and gutter. So I feel like, with the sidewalk, they would have had to put curb and gutter in and the sidewalk. It kind of is integral together. So I'm almost of the mindset, I want to hear what the committee has to say about requiring them to add curb and gutter and then give half of the value that we would normally require and have that put into the fund. I think it's the best of both worlds. No comments?
No,
Yeah, I mean, he'd be spending about the same amount of money,
either way.
just straight up sidewalks, yeah.
Yeah.
That way we get the curb and gutter and he's not being penalized. And the
Exactly.
city comes out, yeah.
But she's saying half of it would go
Yeah, half of the,
22,750.
what is the normal amount? What percentage did you say?
It's $25 per linear foot.
Okay,
It's right
so
there.
we would just require them to, the fee would be $12.50 a linear foot.
I hate for it to be punitive though, whatever he spends on curb and gutter,
It's gonna be expensive, yeah.
whatever the sidewalk fee would have been, you know, if that would be the maximum that he would contribute, you know, he would pay for the curb and gutter, and then, you know, that figure minus what he would have paid for the sidewalks, if I'm not getting too convoluted.
So if we do that, then he's gotta come in with documentation and all of that. Just based on my experience, he can absolutely do curb and gutter for under $12.50 a foot. Scott Davis, do you have a comment on that?
I don't know how much it would cost. I don't, I mean, there's really no sidewalks anywhere around here. Is there?
No, but
There's
there is
none.
curbs.
But
There
are
is curbs.
It's curbs on the other side
Other
of the
side.
street.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we want curb and gutter there.
Yeah, I do. I know. I don't, it's kinda, I guess I see it as it's a good project for the neighborhood and is it better to have it without the sidewalks and really fine him so much than to let it go? I don't,
I'll say this, we're not gonna take the department's not gonna take a position either way on that, but I will say, I think, don't let me speak for Leslie, but I think where she's coming from is any funds that are put into the sidewalk project or the sidewalk fund would go to connect other existing sidewalks in other neighborhoods where sidewalks need to be added. That's what those funds would be used for, just kind of as an FYI.
And my thought here is we're already not requiring the additional open space. You know, so he's got nice sized lots. He's not spending additional money on having to provide a green space with that. He's able to sell those. And by not requiring the full-blown sidewalks along with the curb and gutter, I think it's just pretty fair that he contribute $12.50 or some amount to the sidewalk funds and require the curb and gutter.
I would support, I'd like to know the amounts, but I think that's a great idea.
Tanner, that's good with you?
Whatever the committee decides.
Whatever the committee
we're gonna-
decide.
We're gonna enforce it.
If,
Just need to get a motion.
if it was the sidewalk, the impact fee for a sidewalk, what's the price per foot and how many feet are we talking about?
Does anybody
Staff
know?
analysis.
I'm looking at
It
it.
says what the proposed development would have 910 feet of frontage, which works out to payment in lieu of $22,750. That's at $25 per linear foot of street frontage. So you take half of that would be 11,300 something.
Yeah.
What if you said any cost up to the 21,000? So if in theory the curb cost 15,000, then they would have to pay the additional 6,000 into the sidewalk program.
I'll go for that.
That seems a cleaner way to do it.
Yeah, to install curb and gutter and the maximum, and he needs to contribute up to 21,000.
Any cost less than the 21,000, whatever the figure is, and that staff analysis would be paid into the sidewalk program. So however we need to word that, does that make sense?
It does make sense. So somebody just needs to make certain they follow up with that paperwork. You know, cause that's always our biggest problem is that nobody follows up. And then it just goes by the wayside.
So this would be the only subdivision over there with sidewalks?
No, it
No, we're-
doesn't, there's no sidewalks.
There's no
on it.
sidewalks, period, so
No.
this would be the only one that we force.
Yeah.
Right, and and the curb and gutter would match what's already existing in the neighborhood, so that's not different. We're just requiring the difference of the amount of money that he would have had to have spent per our code. That difference will go into this fund.
Gotcha. Okay, so is the committee ready to make a motion on this applicant?
I've got one other question on,
You got
as
one
far
more?
as, city streets, is it William Street or is it the cut-through street that,
Yeah, just require that in the plat, all of the surrounding streets be, dedicated to the city if they are not already. That's how I would word that, and then let us sort that out.
okay, all right.
Well, I noticed you call it a public road. I thought it actually had a name. It's just a cut-through street though, in front of the church. The one that curves is Marion. Yeah, but if the one right in front of the church,
We went down there the other day, the one that goes straight, would be the same name, but I think it curves and goes south. That's
It-
that name.
it's the road that connects William to Parish, and this says public road. But I
What
think,
the plat shows, I mean, that's why I'm saying we would need, let us figure it out, but just to make clear that it needs to be curbed, and then we'll sort that out on our end. Legal.
You want me to try and make a motion?
I think you better.
Let's see. I make a motion that we approve with the condition that the developer install curb and gutter on the 3 sides of his property on the public streets. And the difference of that amount of money equaling $22,750 would be then paid to the sidewalk fund. Did I say that right?
You did.
Any second?
Wait,
And also as part of that all the surrounding city streets be accepted by the city.
city.
Be
Okay.
dedicated.
Add that part to it.
Anybody second the motion?
I'll second.
All right, Scott Davis. The motion was made by Leslie Martin,
We
and
gotta
second.
vote. We gotta then vote.
Oh, we gotta vote.
All in favor?
All in favor? All right. So it's
All right, so, but you were right, though, motion was made by Lester Martin,
by Leslie Martin, and second by Scott Davis.
and then all in favor, you got it.
Yeah, then all in favor. There we go. Is there any discussion regarding this motion? We done that. All in favor? Done that. Mr. Newman, would you please advise the applicant and interest parties about this?
Well, since no one,
No one
attended
showed
tonight,
up.
we will notify them tomorrow.
All right, table business, item Flex Variance 2503 is a request to allow the side setbacks of 4.5 feet rather than required 10 feet in law, Dynasty Residential Zoning District. This item was tabled during the July the 7th, 2025 meeting to allow the applicant and the adjustment property owner time and opportunity to resolve the issue. Mr. Newman, has there been any changes in this item?
Mr. Chairman, no, there's not. My understanding is no resolution, has been made, and I would recommend we give them another 30 days to try to resolve this, or at least to the next meeting. And if no resolution, has been made by that point, then I would suggest the committee take a vote.
Gotcha. It's good with y'all.
What do we need to do in that situation? Do we
Leave it tabled.
do we need to make a motion to leave it tabled and do the whole vote thing? What do you have to
No,
do?
it's on the table
on the
unless we
table.
bring it off the table.
Okay,
so it
we
just-
leave it.
We just leave it. We'll bring it off the table at the next meeting to discuss it and
Okay.
make the vote. But it just stays on the table if we don't bring it off.
So, work session?
So we're here for the closing of the meeting. Thank you for being here. The city council will review the decisions, and Mr. Newman will report back on their findings at our next meeting. Mr. Newman, do we currently have any application for the next meeting?
Yes, we do. We have the Pecan Grove Phase 2 subdivision application was submitted today. That's a matter that was previously submitted, and then the applicant withdrew it, but he has resubmitted and intends to present that at the September meeting.
And what was the name?
about it? Anything?
It's the same layout at this
Oh.
point.
And what-
Different entrance than going through the subdivision, he's gonna go through that.
Is he?
Yep,
We sure?
pretty sure.
That's the
Well, I talked with him
subdivision on,
yesterday, and I talked with him yesterday, and I told him I didn't know that engineering would approve a second entrance on Mount Vernon, so.
Oh, that one, okay.
We may be sticking with the same one then.
He's back.
And then rezoning.
he's back.
That's the one behind the event center?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it.
All right. Due to Labor Day holiday being on Monday, September the 1st, we will have our work session on Monday, August 25th, 2025, and our public meeting on September the 9th, 2025.
So September the 8th.
September the 25th, and September the 9th. August 25th and September the 9th.
The 9th is a Tuesday, not a Monday.
Nope.
The 8th is a Monday.
Monday was August the 25th.
It should be Monday, August 8th. That's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Monday, August 8th.
No, September 8th.
It should be September 8th.
September 8th.
August
That's right.
25th and September 8th. The 9th
Alright.
is a Tuesday.
Gotcha. Is this acceptable to the staff and the committee?
Yes, it is.
It's good. Okay.
And
I
I'll
would-
make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
So it's been motion and second by
Patty and
Leslie
Mark.
Mark
Patty.
and Patty Thompson. Motion carries.
See y'all in August 25th.
August 25th.
Sorry about those boo-boos, Aaron.
Oh, we good.